Yes, people. Good evening and welcome to United Sauce and Wingers. I'm Dominic, as you know, and I was about to say we lost. Well, we drew to Crystal Palace, 0-0. Didn't see much of the game because of the fog. I thought I was watching it in my bathroom. But you know what? I kind of wish I didn't see much of the game because there was nothing to see in that game. Nothing to see in that game. I've recently had a baby daughter, and she's 6 days old. She didn't fall asleep because I gave her milk. She fell asleep watching that game. That was I can't think back to such a lifeless, like gutless, can't be bothered, don't care, whatever. Oh yeah, whatever. Rain, fog, football. Oh, they're a tough team. That was one of the worst games I think I've seen us ever play. And this is the first time that I think every sort of United fan on the left or right on the fence. This is the first time we're going to be united because there's no one ever going to say that, oh, that was okay, it was tough. No, that was terrible. When Gary Neville, who is a lifelong Manchester United legend and fan of the club, says this was poor, people need to take a look and listen. This is not good. Guys, at the beginning of the season, halfway through, we started talking about the title. Now we need to see if we can get into top four. It's got that real. It's got that real. Look, I'm here with the guests. Sean, thank you so much for joining. As always, my brother. Aidan, as always. Hez, mate. Big up to you guys. We're going to keep it real in the show. We're going to tell you and break down the whole show and tell you our thoughts because I know you guys. I know this community. Without you guys, I'll just be sitting in my room, putting Netflix on and watching a rom-com. You know what I mean? Because I'm that sad. I don't want to be doing that. That's not me. Okay? I don't want this club to drive me to some stupidness. Guys, we're going to start talking about the game and get straight into it, right? Let's see what the comments are saying. Jesus, have mercy. And then we'll get the open statements. Frustrating, disappointing. Carl Lewis, Ollie has gone from a new contract discussion in January to now having his job on the line. If this form continues, feels like the end is near. You know what? I can't disagree. Richard, what's going on, my man? Can't break down a mediocre defense with other teams gone 4 or 5 past him. Oh my gosh, this hurts. Everything I'm reading out just hurts. It hurts. Very worrying. Ollie always being late in subs, fatigue, catching up and keeping poor players on the pitch. Top 4 is in doubt without a shadow of a doubt. Also, we've had the most draws this season. Guys, I don't know, Aidan, if you can keep a lookout for Ollie's remarks in the press conference just to see what he says. Because if he says something weird, Ollie's
just seen, by the way,
go on.
I've just seen the results. This is so since Liverpool in January 12th, draw, win, loss, draw, win, draw, win, draw.
Oh my god!
That's January 12th.
I want to know what Ollie says because I mean to keep it. Anybody can let me know what Ollie says. I appreciate that. Yeah, being locked up in HMP would be more fun. Jesus, have mercy. This is what this club's pushed us to, man. Oh my god, 3-0-0s in a row. Ollie in, yeah. But honestly, guys, I can't disagree with anything I'd be saying. Unsure why Ollie is so tactically rigid. Doesn't seem like he wants to win games. I can't argue with that. We now have more zeros in LVG second season. Dreadful. We're starting to get the Ollie out. We're starting to get it. It's coming through. Flicking out. Absolutely fuming with that. I'm not surprised either. No. Katie, what's going on? Another rubbish performance. Another game finished without my GNT shambolic. You know what? I hate this because she got. Oh, you know what? I hate that. She got a flicking Bruno t-shirt as well. Hate that. Hate that. Katie, I feel your pain. Chris, we missed Pogba and Donny. Oh god, we missed them like flowers miss water. Like butter misses toast.
We miss Donny, never starts.
Donny's never played, so he can't miss him.
No. But when you want something different, mate, when you want something different, we miss people. I don't care. We
miss Pogba 100%.
Mate, yeah. I miss them like I miss.
I agree that we miss Donny because we haven't got as an option.
Honestly, like I'm just. You know what? You know the worst thing about this, guys, that everybody's laughing at us. Every team is laughing at us. They're like, you stupid idiots in wearing red zebra print. They're laughing at us because we can't do anything
Dressed
anymore.
as a zebra and we can't cross. That's embarrassing, bro, isn't it?
Mate,
dressed as a zebra and we can't cross.
Mate, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're just on the road to 500. So, again, I can't do it without you. I've got such great guests that come on and support, and we can't do it without you building this little community. So, thank you so much again. We're going to go straight into how he's feeling. I'm saying, God help us on Sunday. Lord have mercy. Off here, I actually said I hope my internet messes up or my TV breaks, so I don't have to watch the game because like this is terrible. Let's start. Sean, I don't know how you're feeling, mate, but give me your opening statement, bro.
Bro, today it's hard for me to bring. You know, I'm always bringing the positivity. But today, bro, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling with that performance. It was diabolical from start to finish. You know where they say how you start is how you start something is how you finish it. From the first minute when Bailly's passing the ball out on the edge of the box, Matic is passing the ball out on the edge of the box, losing possession, Maguire losing possession on the edge of the box. I'm just thinking to myself, what are these guys doing? It was horrific. And you just knew we were going to be in for one of those games. I will say it's not all on the manager. It's really not all on the manager. And I can hear all the Ollie outers coming and see all those comments. But that manager cannot be held accountable when your players are on the edge of their own box, passing it to the opposition. That is not on the manager. The players have to be held accountable. They were off it. They were off it tonight, man. They were really off it tonight. They were. It's a whole collective. So I think it's unfair to start bringing out the daggers, and blame it all on Ollie, because it's really not that. But I was struggling to see, apart from Luke Shaw and Dean Henderson, nobody performed. I feel like what I will say about the manager though is I feel that he has to hold some accountability for today, because I feel like he played the wrong team. I feel he brought in, I think starting Cavani was a mistake. I personally wouldn't have done that. The guy's been out. We know he didn't have a full preseason. He's hardly played any football this season. So for him to miss the last 4 games, you know he's not going to be sharp. And I feel like as the focal point, Mason did really well against Chelsea in terms of where he held the ball up, linking the play. I feel like he would have been a better option to start with down the middle. And then you bring on Cavani. If we're chasing a goal like we do for the last half an hour, he can give you something. And I feel like Dan James, the form he's been in, he's been our most effective player in recent times. And I feel like it would have been better to start that way instead of what Ollie's doing. So for me, Ollie is to blame for a lot of it. But I also feel like the players are also got, they've got a lot to answer for. And none of them should be coming off that pitch feeling good about themselves. They need to take a long, hard look at themselves and be like, what are we doing? I'm at Man United and I can't pass the ball 10 yards. I've said it so many times, Frederick should not be passing the ball more than 10 yards. Dom, I want to punch the TV, because every time that guy's looking up, trying to play balls over the top, I'm like, don't do it. When has he ever done one? When has he ever made a ball over the top? And he's like, oh, and then he's grinning. I'm like, Fred, just stop it, man. Just pass it left, pass it right, make tackles. That's what you're good at. And it's just so frustrating, man. Like, man, I'm struggling tonight, man.
I hear you, man. Guys, just to give you some backstory, if you never watched the show before, Sean is the most positive guy you will ever see. I mean, like, if it's raining, he'll be like, oh, it's all right. The plants are going to grow. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those people. He will always see the light. But now he's finally come over to the dark side. No, I'm not saying it's not the dark side, but he's finally seen the light.
No, man, I'd keep it how it is. But tonight, there's nothing to say about tonight. It's rubbish. It's not good enough. Simple.
Said, I need to hear what Sean's going to say now. What excuses do you have for Ollie? You know what? Sean's been real. He said, look, it's not just Ollie, it's also the team, but Ollie's accountable. Someone else has said, finally, my guy's seen the light. Look, what's other comments saying? And we'll get other people on. I told you Ollie isn't good enough. Sean, you're Ollie's PA. Take that. Lunatic Fringe, I'm Ollie in, but this type of performance makes it so hard to get Ollie in. I understand you, brother. Honestly, I feel the same as you. JW, my man, look at our players. We have Ollie to be accountable. How I see it, JW, right, James? If you've got a company and a business and you've got a workforce and you're leading it, you're a director of sales. If your team's not performing, the first people they look at is you, because you've got to say who's accountable. Why is your team not performing? Do you need to get someone else in? Is it that chemistry is not working? Are they not motivated? You probably the first thing you do as a director of sales is say, okay, I need to look at my team, do some one-on-ones, find out what's wrong. Is it something personal? Is it too hard? They need some more training, and then you get them out and swap them in. But at the moment, you got to get better. You got to be getting better with the players that we have. I'm sorry. Ollie's lawyer, yeah. What's Temi saying? When you've got a group of 11 players look average, the manager has to take 100%. There's no hiding. You hear players and coaches didn't look bothered today. Looked like they just turned up because they had to, if I'm being honest. 100%. Just like I am when I turned up to that Man City game on Sunday. I have to watch it because I have to. I don't really want to, but I have to. Sean is delusional, brainwashed. No, he's just positive. He's not bad. Trust me, he's positive. But if you watch the beginning, Sean articulated perfectly. Look, Ollie has to take some accountability in this 100%. But when the players can't pass 5 yards, 5-yard passes, that's ridiculous. That's what you get paid for. You're not an actor. You're not a lawyer. You don't play guitar, flicking or sing like Michael Bublé. You play football. Pass the stinking ball. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Why Ollie didn't use Donny? He would have done a way better job. I hear that, Ian. Pastor Fred converting more Christian to atheist. Jesus have mercy. He said it out loud. Lewis.
I love that one, man.
Ahmed, why did we demand him to come in January? Oh, you know what? I really want to see Ahmed, but I think he would have just gone into it.
He's protecting him. You can't. He's protecting him, man.
He's protecting him. You know what? Let's. God, Jesus, it's Ollie, a top 6 manager. We're going to talk about that. Hez, tell me how you feel, man. Tell me how you feel. You look sad, bro. You look sad, man.
Nah, look at my name. Look at my name.
Hez optimistic.
Yeah. So listen.
How you feeling?
That game, the 0-0s they are frustrating. But when I was watching those 0-0s, I think after the Chelsea game, I had to really think to myself, well, what do I expect from Ollie? What do I really expect from Ollie? And to some extent, he's superseded people's expectations for where he is now, but he still falls back to the same of what people have been moaning about in terms of style of play, etc., etc. When I saw Ollie at his best, it was last season when Greenwood was firing, Martial was firing, Rashford was firing, and for me, the same thing has happened again, especially with Martial. Is we've brought in another number 9, and he's hidden behind the shadows. Like, he can't step up to the plate. Like when he was firing before, we brought in Lukaku, we brought in Ibrahimovic, and he couldn't do nothing. I think we're playing a different way of playing now that we've got Cavani, because all I'm seeing is the ball going side to side to the wings, and it's trying to come in. There's no creativity across the front three. It was free flowing last season, and for me, what I expect from Ollie is, I've always said that he is learning on the job. He's not a top 6 manager like that person said. He is learning on the job, and I think the reason why there's people that are Ollie in is because they still want that Sir Alex Ferguson era. They want that legacy. They want someone that cares for the club to continue this club for the next 10, 15, 20 years. They don't want a manager to come in, have 3 years of success or 4 years of success, and then go, and then we drop off. We want that sustained legacy to continue. And I think that's the boat that I'm in. I'm in the boat of, okay, if the board back Ollie, he gets the right players, because we've seen the long runs he goes on. We do need world-class players. He wants to bring in the youth, but at the same time, it's too much on the youth when we bring them in, when we haven't got enough world-class players to protect them, to carry them through. Because we were saying Bruno FC, but why is it that when Pogba's injured, we've dropped off? Because before Pogba's injury, he had that interview with Ferdinand, and even Ferdinand was saying, come on, bro, win us the title, because we was at the top. Now he's had the injury, he's dropped off. Bruno's not carrying us like everyone thought he could carry us. He's not carrying us.
Yeah,
in the top, it's 0-0. If he was truly carrying us, then we wouldn't be where we are, because at the end of the day, Man City is 14 points ahead of us. We've dropped points against people like Sheffield United. My God, like the team that we dropped points against, we should be still at least 2 points behind, or even 4 points behind Man City. We should not be 14 points behind because of all these draws and stupid losses. But people just need to ask themselves, where are they with Ollie? Do you want the board to back Ollie, because he has got signs of good runs, etc. But he needs the players to back him while he is learning on the job. Or do you want somebody like Nangelsmann to come in and him last 3-4 years and then he's gone? That's where I'm at.
Man. I hear you, man. You know what, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. Can't do it without you. You're the most important people, so I appreciate you so much. And like the video. You know what? I'm every show I do, I always try my best just to stay grounded, Like, just look at everything. But you know what? I think it's time to actually let rip today. This has hurt me a little bit different, and I'm gonna get Aiden's thoughts in a second. And I think Cliff said it. I think he said that this draw has hit me differently. And guys, I just have to be real. You know what? I'm freaking going full screen. I think I've had enough. I think I've actually had enough. You know what?
Enough of what, Dom?
Right. And before we start this game, I said to myself, all right, I know we're going to start off either good or bad and just drop off, but I just got just wait for it. Guys, I've had absolutely enough of this team. They're bringing me down on a regular basis. I know this is entertainment. I know it's entertainment, but this ain't entertaining. This is not entertaining for me. We've got average players playing as an average team under an average manager. And I've got nothing wrong with, I've got nothing bad to say about Ollie as a person, but for the person to take us to the helm of the summit, to challenge for a title, challenge for a trophy, challenge for Champions League in years to come, I don't think it's Ollie. And I've got nothing against him, but I don't think it's him. I've seen too many poor performances. Rashford was terrible today. Bruno was terrible today. Cavani, he just came back from injury. Why start the brother? He looked like Tarzan who got lost. He should be in the jungle, not on the pitch. What's going on? He should not be on there. Fred, he should not be making more passes like that. Long, short. Everything was going wrong. Our players need some divine intervention. And I tell you right now, it's only going to get worse. I tell you right now, it's going to get worse. So, guys, if you don't believe me, look at the next game against Man City. Look at the next game against Man City, because this is when we get really tested. Aiden, I'm done, man. You talk. I'm done. I'm done. I just had to vent. Talk to me.
I was just watching Ollie.
So bad.
Oh, mate. Come on, Aiden. Where you at, bro?
Go on. You're back. You pros. Go.
Yeah.
No, I was just watching Ollie's post-match interview, and he was just saying that, why you're off the pace. He was just like, it's human nature. So I think I don't really think he has a solution. Like the way Dom was saying, I don't think he has a solution at the moment. The players look flat. They don't look like they're running like they used to. They don't look like they're putting in the effort they used to. I feel like before they always had this sense of urgency, like they wanted to perform. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's a combination of the fact that we've had some more pressure, or it's just fatigue after the amount of draws you've had. But I feel like this is just usual Man United. Like, how many times we've gone on a run and then after we've just been crap? But if I'm honest, I've been saying this from day one. Like, you know me a few weeks ago, I said, I'm not really getting convinced by these 1-0 wins versus Burnley because we played trash. And I remember people said to me, they were like, don't be negative. But I was like, what I'm seeing in front of me is bad football. Like, I don't think people realize we've been playing this since Villa. We've been playing this for quite a long time, but it's becoming more apparent since Villa. We've had this slow, laborious, not quick, not intuitive football, and it hasn't been any different. We just haven't had the people to bail us out. People like Pogba won us points with these ridiculous goals, but I don't know. It's nothing I haven't seen before at the moment. I don't know what to say. I think I'd usually go in on Ollie, but I think the players have a lot to take account for here because they were absolutely woeful.
Dreadful. Do you know what, Aiden?
They were dreadful.
Yeah, I think they might be feeling a bit sorry for themselves. I feel like they probably got so wrapped up, top of the league. Everyone's talking about title, blah, blah, blah. And obviously now, with all of a sudden you're 14 points behind, off the pace, it's almost like, well, what are we playing for? Because they're not running. They don't look enthusiastic. It's like they're sulking on the pitch.
You know what?
But do you remember I said this a few weeks back?
I've always backed Ollie, right? And I'll tell why I've backed Ollie. Because I've said that this is nothing to do with just Ollie. We've had managers that have come here and failed underneath this board. If we get someone else like Nelsman, flicking Ancelotti leaves, or Brendan Rodgers wants something different, they're still going to have the same issues that every manager has. So I've said this. I liken this to a house, right? You've told Ollie, okay, hey Ollie, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Have a seat, bro. Cool, thank you, mate. Right, I'm going to give you 6 months to go and build a house. I want you to build the biggest, baddest house you can, right? Okay, he's like, yeah, sure. All right, here you go. Here's a spoon. That's literally what the board's gone. They said, here you go. Here is a spoon. Go and build the house. So Ollie's building the house, right? This is freaking taking ages. I haven't got the right tools. So 3 months into it, we're all going, we're a bit concerned. Is this going to work out? Like, it doesn't. Can you change it up? Can you play Van der Beek? Can you go 4-3-3? It's not really working. Some people will say, look, I've seen enough after 3 months. This house ain't going to be good. There's leaks. There's flicking windows are missing. Like the toilet's flicking overflowing, right? But then there's other people that are saying, wait, we've got to wait until the end of the 6 months. And now I really, truly believe that the board are thinking to themselves, wait a minute, we might need to wait until the end of the season before we give him this extension, because you know for a fact if he was doing well, he would have got an extension by now. For a fact.
Yeah.
So we have to give him to the end of the season. But I'll tell you right now, these players were awful today. And just as Sean says, right, you can put the players on the pitch, you can tell out the formations, you can tell them this is what we want to do, chase down, but they can't make a 5-yard pass.
No pass, yeah.
Come on, that's not on the manager. Yeah, that's not.
I was going to say though, do you remember, guys? I said a few weeks ago. I said after, I don't know what game it was. It was that one when I had the PSG top on, and then I put it on Twitter. But it's just not. We don't have a mentality. Like I know people were saying, Ole, and I will get onto him eventually, but I just feel like these players don't have a mentality. Like, remember I said, what do you expect when you buy players with 2 relegations in one season, someone with 1 season at the top level, and someone with no Premier League experience? Like, what do you expect from these people? Like, remember Real Madrid were going to go out the Champions League, and everyone was like 100% they're going to go out the Champions League. They didn't, did they? Because they wouldn't allow it. Ramos would not have it. Ramos would not have that. Modric would not have that. Kroos would not have that. Why? It's not something that's tangible and you can put your finger on, but it just wouldn't happen. Although maybe statistically, yeah, they look like they're going to go out of the CL. They just won't, because they're Real Madrid, because they have more self-respect and they have more leaders than that. Like in our team, what's Rashford won? Yeah, apart from 5 years ago. What's James won? What's Maguire won?
Yeah.
What's Wan-Bissaka won? How many seasons has he played?
Yeah.
So, I feel like the team, just the mentality, it's over and over again, and it's not just from Ole, it's coming from the board downwards, because it's just been trickling down. Because even if you fix our 11, in 2 years we'll have the same shit. So I'm sorry, but I'm just so fed up of it. It's this. I don't mind, if you run, if you put the effort in. But they look bored out there. They look like the end of a power. Those power league games we used to go with your mates in summer, and we'd get like 4 hours in, you used to be walking around the pitch. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what people are saying here? We're average team, giving ourselves high expectations just because of being on top for a bit. Where are we in the league? Are we second or third yet? Are we fourth
second?
Yet? How many games do we draw and lose to not be second anymore?
No, we're still second. We're still second because the rest of the league is not doing what everyone's struggling this season, apart from Man City. Man City are the only team that's absolutely flying and running away with it, and that's fair enough. I feel like there needs to be a bit of perspective here, like in terms of obviously where we're at. Obviously, right now is not a good moment. The team's off form, but throughout a season, teams do go off form.
No, this is something different, mate.
I feel like Dom. It's not something different because you can't. No, Dom. There is deeper. Obviously, we know there's deeper, but we know also that these players can do a lot better. than what they're doing right now. We've seen it, right? They've proved it. So they're in a bad moment.
No, you're trying to get some grout or some filler, right, and just fill in these cracks. There's something deeper going underneath the foundation. This is not just a form thing.
Yeah, but Dom, we know. No. What I'm saying is, we know what the issues are at the club. That it's the board. We know that for a fact, right? But we can't just. We know they're not going anywhere. We know they're not changing. We know they're going to keep sucking money out of the club. So for me, that's not a conversation. I'm looking at what we can actually change. And what we can actually change is the form of the players. And the form of the players needs to improve. And that's going to come from, obviously, Ollie's got to do his job. He's got to pick them up. They got to stop sulking. They need to get it together. There's still a lot to play for in the season. We're still fighting for 2 trophies. We're still finishing for second place.
Isn't there something different between form and attitude? Because this game for me wasn't really about form. This was about attitude. This was about
both. It's both. No, it's both because it's not just this game was about attitude, yes, but also I think it's about, we know that again, mentality. Go and watch the last show I talked about. It was mentality and quality. These are 2 things that we're seriously lacking. But I also think on top of that, the team is off form. In terms of the mentality, yes, we know it's lacking. We know there's quality lacking, but the form, they're not on form. They're not on form.
Can I say?
Go on.
I know you're saying they're not on form, but
they're not on form.
A lot of teams aren't always on form. Do you know what I mean? Like City, they weren't on form at the start of the season, but they were still there or thereabouts. No,
they were playing rubbish. They were 8th. And people were saying Pep's dead, they're run over. People were writing off Man City at that time.
Sean, stop.
No, Aiden, that's a fact. They were doing that.
Yeah, but let him finish, Sean. Let him finish.
Most teams, even if they're going for a bad patch, they will still be there or thereabouts. When we drop off, we drop off a cliff. We drop off a cliff. Just because you're not on form doesn't mean you need to be going from smacking teams 4-0 to be drawing with Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. I think this is a bigger issue than we're off form. I think it's also about coaching. It's also about the player mentality. The players, for some reason, every time they get any sort of pressure after the title race thing, because this basically directly coincides with when we got rumoured about title race, they absolutely crumble. That's an issue. The players do not have the mentality. But you also have to say, a lot of the time when teams' form goes down, the coaching is what still remains and is what stops them from going off an absolute cliff. So I think that it's partly the players. It's also Ole. I think both of them need to take accountability for the fact that we clearly aren't coached properly because we drop off a cliff anytime we're not confident. But also the players need to have some backbone as professional footballers. You know how much I'd give to play for that club for 5 minutes? Get off your arse and run around.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
my
both
thing.
of them.
Yeah,
I hear you, man.
What's people saying? Are you the ruthless manager personality? There you go. I think that's what we want. I'm not against Ollie. I'm not in the slightest. But I need something to come through people's veins. I mean like this wanna win no matter what. Like it's 0-0. Go and do something. Go and do something. 1 second.
How can you say Ollie's not a passive? How can you say Ollie's not ruthless?
1 second.
He's proven he's ruthless.
Worst performance I can remember. Something needs to change. Palace look more threatening. I feel like they did. Remember all those games that Bruno and Rashford could have been given a rest in a couple with 30 minutes left. Now we need them. They're fresh. They're fatigued. I feel like they are fatigued, Sufan. I think they are fatigued. I want to give Ollie to the end of the season, but these performances are making it difficult. Really well said, Cliff. We're just human. We're fans, and this is a lifestyle. This is a way for us. We wake up and we got to do our work. This is our release. This is our getaway. This is our sort of escape to, like, you know what I mean, for this entertainment and this club that we love. And it's not enjoyable. I know obviously you're not going to have enjoyable times and stuff like that, and clubs can go up and down, but we're not even doing it against the clubs where we should be beating them or playing good, decent football. Munza, like to have you here. They believe in Ollie Juju. Jesus have mercy. Gavisha, players look so lethargic. Amen. Vibes, at least people can't blame Martial tonight. He's looking positive about it. Ayo, but when the manager says you're not in the title race, or the F, are the players supposed to think?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear that though.
Every manager has only Martial and Rashford in attack. Rest they get rid of. I promise we need new attackers. You know what? We could talk about the attackers in the next section. We still need to play Liverpool, Spurs, City, Leicester twice. Oh, Jesus. I can't take any more 0-0s. I'd rather take the L while attacking and pressing. Oh, God have mercy. My man, yes, Mr. Aaron United, what's going on, my brother? Hope you're good. This is a tough situation, and I want to talk about our up front, right? Because lots of people always say, all right, our defense is a problem. This game, our defense wasn't really the issue. Hez, the defense wasn't the issue in this game, because really, Bailly obviously had a quite important header. Henderson made a great save. It was offside, but really they weren't really threatening. At the moment, if it's not a defense, it's our forward. If it's not our forward, it's our midfield. What's going on, man? Because I've seen Greenwood was off the form. Rashford was playing terrible. Bruno couldn't complete a pass. Matthew was on the ball too long. What's happening, man?
So I'll tell you what I see. This is what I see. It's definitely it's the midfield and attack, the creativity in midfield, and in the selfishness of the attack. Because that's exactly what I've seen. When I saw us on the run before, everyone was scoring, but not just scoring. They was passing to each other and assisting each other. All I'm seeing now is them trying to take a shot, and everyone looking at each other. Why didn't you pass to me? Why didn't you pass to me? Bruno just taking a shot everywhere. Rashford trying some madness and taking a shot. Even all of them. Even I've seen Greenwood do it as well. And it's like they're all desperate to get that goal, to get them back in that little run, rather than what they need to do is think, let's make it easier, pass it on, and get the goal. It's very selfish. And at the moment, Bruno is suffering from what Pogba suffered before. He's the only one creating.
Yeah,
he's the only one. So when people are saying, he's not stepping up in the big games, it's the same thing that I saw with Pogba. He's not stepping up in the big games, but it's because he's the only one. And I personally think we're going to see a massive difference when Pogba comes back in the team. But what annoys me the most is, from what I've seen of Donny van der Beek, he needs to be embedded into this team, because when we have somebody like Bruno come off, like he's a guy that plays those intricate one touch passing into the box and he scores. Like he's kind of like Bruno. And he's effective in it. He's very effective. So he needs to be embedded into the team, man.
No, don't say that, Aiden, because I do rate him, but I feel like I don't know. Whatever Ollie did tonight, when I looked at what we had on the bench, I don't think that obviously Donny wasn't on the bench tonight. He was injured, but I think you could have brought on Donny. You could have played Martial. I don't think I don't think anyone would have made a difference to this performance tonight. I really don't. I think it was an off night.
I think that no, Sean. For me, I just agree. That guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you coming in. You're actually making me feel a lot better about this because I was in a bad place, man.
It's the creativity was missing.
I also think Sean. This is what it comes down to with Aiden saying it right. The mentality in winning players. We didn't have a lot of winning mentality players in this team. Don't. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, what's he won? Probably a scratch card and a good paycheck playing for Manchester United, right? Luke Shaw, he's been injured. He's one of our best players. Man of the match, big up Luke Shaw. He did so well today. I said to before, he might as well cross to himself because every time he made a cross to someone, they flopped it, right? But Luke Shaw, what's he won recently? What's he won? He's been injured. So look at Maguire. What's he won? Look at Bailly.
But we know that, Dom. But we know this is not new.
Look at Henderson. Look at Matic. You're saying that, if we brought people in, no. The problem is that these players haven't got the mentality to go and win. Man City and Pep have instilled this mentality that if you're going to come and play for this team, I want the passion, I want the belief, but also I want the flicking tactics, and I want you to be a certain type of player.
It's just the cutthroatness.
This is what I mean.
It's not even the passion. It's not even the passion. It's just being cutthroat.
I don't know.
Let me say something quickly because that for me is like you got to think with Pep. Yeah, obviously Pep has definitely been there, done it. He knows how to install it. People are going to have that respect straight away for Pep. People are not going to have that respect straight away for Ali. But in the same breath, we're in this position. Listen, I said this to my friends under LVG. We can't keep sacking managers and expect us to build this mentality because we need to build that. Because when we had LVG, we had a philosophy, we had a way of playing. It might have been dead at first, but when we won the FA Cup, you started to see them learn the way of playing. Do you know what I mean? And now they're saying, no, we just want us to play football, just attacking football. And now we're playing free-flow attacking football. People are complaining about that. So you need to decide what you want us to do to going forward and what we are going to. I digress. What I wanted to address was what Aiden said, and he said the mentality, and they had players like Modric, Ramos in Real Madrid. What did we have? We had Ferdinand, Evra, etc. But when Moyes came in, they all went. So we're still suffering from them. We haven't had leaders from when we had Moyes. So all the players that are coming now, we have to build a new mentality. We need a trophy to build that muscle.
You got to build it.
We need that trophy.
We can't build that muscle when players can't make simple passes. I'm sorry. If you're going to play for a championship team, right? I've been at tryouts when I was younger. You've got the first thing you got to do. You go into these little mini matches, and all these scouts just look at you and see how good you are. Like you do these little mini matches. You're like, okay, and you're trying to do step overs, but the first thing you're trying to do is complete a pass, and then you can just put a little bit of like nice oregano, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of step overs, just to make yourself nice. But the basics of football is just to complete a pass. I saw players today. Not even rubbish, man. I don't know even what their mentality was or what they were thinking, or if they had a late night watching the TV or something, but they just did not care. Did they understand that we're second in the Premier League, right? We're trying to put pressure on Man City. We're trying to get back to any sort of winning football, and the players aren't passing. Greenwood's missing passes. Rashford, Matic. I can go for the whole team. What's that come down to, though, Hez? Because that just don't come down.
They've given up the trophy. That's what
I'm saying. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're feeling sorry for themselves.
I was going to say, I completely agree. I think I sit in between both of you. I do agree that the players are feeling sorry for themselves, but it's like what Ree Keane said. If people think they won't throw Ole under the bus like they did Jose, like they will. And I do think the players are an issue. But I do think there's also an element of if you're coached well and if you are drilled well, even when you're off confidence, you still maintain those fundamentals. Like, for example, Rashford may not be able to do 50 step overs, Greenwood may not be able to bang it top bins, but his fundamentals will still be good. And the team in general, maybe he's like an example, but the team in general will still be decent. Like they won't be banging in, you know, systematic goals, but they'll still be decent. For me, this is my issue. This is what indicates poor coaching to me. We're either up here or we're down there. There's no in between. It indicates to me that when we lose our confidence, we also lose our basic fundamentals. But teams that are coached properly don't. They don't. They may lose their ability to go past 10 people and score a worldie, but they won't lose their basic simple passing. But with that token, you've also got to say, these players are wimps. I looked at the video, I found it. It was the video of February 6th. I think you were in it, Sean, you were in it, Dom. But I just said, if it's not the forward, it's the defense. If it's not the midfield, it's the goalkeeper. It's not the goalkeeper, it's the defense. It's not the like. There's clearly a wider issue here, and I think the players are ridiculous. As much as I want to say Ollie doesn't coach them, run. You are playing for Man United. Do you know how many players have come in and would love to wear that shirt? That want to wear that shirt.
Yeah, I agree, Aiden. And Aiden, and do you know what, Aiden? It's a disgrace, and it's not even the run. It's past a 5-yard pass to your teammates. Where is the quality? Where is the quality? I could have gone on that pitch tonight, right, and done a better job than half of those players out there.
Man. Don't go too far, man.
That's a bit.
Nah, bro, I'm keeping it 100. They were disgraceful tonight, man. Disgrace to the badge.
All right,
disgrace to the badge. Disgrace to themselves.
Obviously, we've talked about this, right? We can go on for all night, but where do we go from here? Because, guys, we've got Man City on Sunday, and the most annoying thing is that when we play a big team, and I'm going to call them a big team, they are. There's no hiding from it. When we play a big team, we tend to step up. There's no way the same mentality of this team that we saw tonight will be the same mentality of Man City, and that hurts me because it should be the same mentality.
It shouldn't be like that.
Walk on there and say this is the best team in the world. We got to smack them up, or this is a rubbish team. We're going to smack them up. I don't care what angle you come from. Just do the job. Why is it now that on Sunday we're going to see a different sort of team? We're going to see a running team, passing well. Like where do we go from here? Aiden, what are we actually going to go from here in terms of that game on Sunday? Why do we step up in the big ones, but not ones that we need to win that even more important?
Again, like it's just indicative of weak mentality that you can't. You know what people say when they're like, the trickiest part of doing well in life is the little things. Like, look, get up early in the middle of the day, have the small meals, make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're doing your basics. No one's going to motivate you for that. It's not glamorous getting up early. It's not glamorous doing your meal prep. It's not glamorous going on a run, but you need to do it. And this is what I mean. City was glamorous. City is glamorous, you know. It's like going to the gym. It's glamorous. It's easy to do that. But are you going to do the basics? Are you going to get your 8 hours sleep? Are you going to drink your water? Are you going to get your carbs? You got to do the basics. And this is what I'm saying. It's indicative of a weak mentality that we only turn up when something's on the line and we're underdogs. Yeah. When we feel like we've got no pressure and when we feel like there's something to play for, like if we feel like we can change the opinion of the fans in one match, we change. But
you know what?
If it's doing the basics, we don't change. It's just a weak mentality. It's just a weak, pathetic mentality. That's all it is.
Sean, G-Man here saying that we could have a prime Brazilian R9 phenomenon and it wouldn't make a difference. we must not give Ollie a new contract. What would you say to that?
Bro, do you know what? I feel like, do you know what? Ollie, a manager, and it's not just Ollie, it's any manager. It's Pep, it's Klopp, it's any manager that you want to name can only operate as good as the players that they've got at their disposal. And if we're going in and saying these players are weak mentality, they've got no quality, they've got so much deficiencies, Harry Maguire's a fridge, like we're going in on all our players, right? So we cannot expect Ollie to go and compete at the top level with what he's got at his disposal. He has shown he can get the team performing well, overachieving for the last 2 years in terms of our league positions and where we've been in terms of where our expectations were with these terrible players with all their faults. Give him the quality. He needs to be backed, right? But he needs the quality. Give him the quality. And I still believe that he will be able to get us back to where we want to be and competing and closer to City. But the players we've got right now, they've got too many flaws. The squad's not balanced. It hasn't been balanced for the last however many years. We still haven't signed a right winger, which has been a problem for 10 years. Our midfield still lacks creativity and panache in the final third. And our defence has got leaks in it. So we can't fully judge him yet. He hasn't even had 2 full seasons in the job.
Yeah.
He hasn't had 2 full seasons in the job.
I hear you. G-Man, thank you for those comments, man. Really good. And Nevander as well. These players sign up for the derby and then go missing for the rest of the season, but will have their confirmed starting 11. Wow. Oh, what a point, Nevander. Thank you for joining, man. Honestly, you know what my problem is, right? And I'll take this as boys. Let me know how you feel about this, okay? You got, as a coach and as a manager, your role is to come with tactics, get a coaching system, and inspire the team to play your sort of football, right? That's your role. You got to be a man manager. You got to understand their family connections, what makes them tick. Do you shout at them or you kind of sit back? You got to understand them personally, right? One thing that I can't figure out is how we know the players we have, and Ollie will know the players we have, but why are we not getting the best out of the players we have? That's my issue, because I know you keep going back to, yes, but we need a better players. We did. But Sean, I know for a fact that these players aren't playing the best that they can play.
I would argue that they are. I would completely disagree with you, man.
Let me finish.
I would completely disagree with you, bro.
I'm about to literally tell you why this is fact, right? How many games have you seen Fred, Matic, Rashford been this poor? And how many games have you seen them actually play better?
Many games I've seen them play so much better.
So this is my point. This is what I just said.
And I've seen them play so much better this season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Listen to me. So why?
That's what we're saying, Sean.
Why is Ollie not instilling that in every single game? Do you see what I'm saying to you?
You're saying Ollie should be able to make the players play at their top level every single game.
No, what he's saying is 1 or 2 games is okay. He's not saying for the whole season they have to be perfect, impeccable the whole way throughout. But what happens with us is it's in blocks. It's insane for 6 months, crap for 6 months. If we were seeing, we were beating all the little teams, maybe having issues with the top teams, I'd say, he's giving us the mentality because we're doing what we should be doing, but we're not doing what we could be doing because we don't have the players yet. But at the moment, it's block of 3 months insane. Block of 3 months crap. It was start with a block of 3 months of crap, then it was a block of 3 months of insane, there's a block of 3 months of crap. For your point to be right, Sean, that it was simply the players, we'd have to be doing well, but then maybe every 3 weeks we have a loss. We're not. It's just blocks. It's blocks and blocks and blocks.
I see it a little bit. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I would say I see it slightly a little bit different. Like, obviously we've had those amazing 20-game runs, and then we've had like another probably 10, 15 games drop off, right? But I would say he shipped out a lot of those players, a lot of, the Lukakus, the Sanchez's, all of that. I feel like where we are at the moment is we've got a bunch of decent players, and they're always going to be like this. I feel like at the moment, you've got your likes of Fred. They can play at a certain level, but they're not going to go to that next top level. And it doesn't matter which manager you bring in, Dom. It doesn't matter which manager you bring in.
Next level. Let me get your thing as well, hasn't this? I'm not talking about them going to a next level. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying them to get to a certain level to beat Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, West Brom. We don't need a Brazilian Maradona Fred. We don't need a Matic who can beat players and score a goal. We just need a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 for these players. And at the moment, whatever we're doing in training, whatever we're doing in coaching, it's not working.
It's too simplistic to say that, bro. It's too simplistic to say that, Dom. Crystal Palace, you're disrespecting them. Look at their defensive record recently.
Sure.
They are no. I'm not, bro. I'm not, because we should absolutely be able to beat them. But what I'm saying is we didn't have our best players playing tonight. We know our creative players in the team. Pogba is crucial. He wasn't there tonight, and it exposed the basically what the problems in our team is: a lack of creativity and cohesion.
So one player can expose our team's issues.
Right now, the way the rest. Shall I tell you why? That's right now. Yes, because the fact is the rest of Aiden. Let me finish. Right. In this moment, this specific moment, yes, because the rest of the players are not functioning. If you go back to last season when we had Pogba out for the whole year, but the rest of the team was stepping up. You had Martial firing, you had Greenwood firing, and you had Bruno come in, and we were still getting results. But right now, Martial has got, 7 goals in 30 games? He's not firing. Greenwood, he's not firing. So, of course, we're going to miss our best player now, and everything has to be put in context. And right now, where the team is at in this specific moment you take Pogba out and you take our creative players out, we're going to struggle to break down low block teams because the rest of the players are not on their top game. Of course, if they're on their top game,
This wasn't
it's a
a low
different
block.
story,
Crystal
man.
Palace, but Sean, this is Crystal Palace.
Who are
I
very
think
good
there's no point.
defensively. Look at the
No,
record
Sean,
recently,
Sean,
Aiden.
No, Sean.
Just
Sean,
look at. Did you watch Sky Sport at the
Sean,
start
Sean,
of
honestly,
the analysis when they were looking at their
give me a sec.
expected goals against?
Sean,
Crystal Palace
Sean.
recently have been absolutely fantastic defensively.
You gotta give me a minute, bro.
I am. I'm
know
giving
what
you a
you're
minute now.
saying.
Go
I
on.
know
Sorry.
what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, bro. But literally, we've lost to Sheffield United. It's the same game. You cannot give excuse people like Sheffield United. The same performance I saw today, I saw versus Sheffield United, I saw versus West Brom. They're relegation candidates. I don't care. We could use our youth team and we still should be beating West Brom. Like,
I agree.
Not an excuse.
I
it
agree.
doesn't matter. But you're saying, oh, we don't have the players that the main players are off. Rashford could literally be playing with a broken ankle and he should still be beating West Brom.
You can't. This is
like,
they're Premier League teams, man. Go on, Hez. You go. Go on, Hez. Go on.
It's the same argument for when we beat the big teams.
Yeah.
Because when we beat people like Leipzig and that, you can say, oh, should we be beating them? No, but we beat them. So we lost after, but what Sean's saying is like he has seen enough positive matches and attacking play from Ollie, and obviously we have the fall off, but he's saying what's stopping that is the players. Like the players can only take us so far, because you're saying one player shouldn't take us out, but one player took Liverpool out.
You know what is, Hez? I'm not talking. What I'm trying to say to you, right? Your argument there with what you're saying, Sean, would be valid for all the top six. Like, we can't always beat the top six, but when we're playing people that are in the relegation zone, right, and we're playing dire football, and it didn't look drilled, didn't look like we're really, there's no excuse. You don't need a Pogba. You don't need a flicking, like, we've played when Pogba's been rubbish and not done affects the game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Dom. That's what I'm saying.
1 second though, I'm talking about the teams, right? Because I'm looking at Crystal Palace results. You're saying they've been amazing. They haven't been amazing, Sean.
I didn't say they're amazing. I said defensively.
They're 13th.
They're
13th.
They lost 3-0 to Burnley, Sean. What are you talking about?
Defensively, go back and look at their expected goals.
I'm looking at you're letting them do that.
I'm looking at the results.
You're letting the Glazers lower your expectations.
No, it's not. Hey, Aiden, don't say that, because I'm very clear. We should be winning this game. But what I'm saying is, in context, where the team is at right now, it's not a simple case of turning up. No, Premier, you can't do that.
No.
The team has to be firing. Your players have to play well. They have to be in their moment.
Yeah.
I've got Fred here down as a 3 tonight, right? Rashford 3, Cavani 3. If your team is showing up playing like that, you're not going to win any game of football.
Sean, listen to me. My question is, right, this is an open question to everybody. Okay, this is just an open question. I want to put to the floor. I'm saying to you that, yes, the players were threes. But who's instilling that mentality for them to play better and do 5, 6, 7s, and 8s? Because if you're in the changing room, right, Sean, and you told your team, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out. I want you to play good football. Pass, do this, right? You send them out of a plan, and then they do that. Whose fault is that? I'm asking everybody. Whose fault is that?
All right, who wants to answer that? I'm going to let someone else answer, because I've got an answer, but let someone else answer.
No, Sean, I'll go around quickly. No, don't even give me a long thing. Just tell me whose fault is it. One word.
Again, you can't be that simplistic, Dom. They're human beings, right? Have you never ever been in a situation where you've wanted to do your best, but something has affected you, your mentality, or something?
Player.
Because it wasn't every single. And Dom, Dom, let me just come back right now, because it wasn't every single player. Because you yourself picked out Luke Shaw and said he performed like an island out there, right? So if Luke Shaw can do it, why can't the others do it?
Can I say, Sean?
No, this is my point. Luke Shaw didn't drop it. Yeah, go on, Aiden. 2 seconds. Luke Shaw didn't drop his level. He's not soaking. He's still holding himself to the standard that he's supposed to.
My own question. Listen.
Go on.
I said that Luke Shaw played amazing. I said that Henderson played amazing. That's about it. So what about the other 9 players? Why are they not doing that? Who does that come from, Sean?
I'm saying it comes from them as well as the manager. It comes from both of them.
From all the 9.
Yes, Tom. They're so, and it wasn't all the 9. I wouldn't say all the 9, because I feel like Bailly. I think our defense didn't play badly tonight. I think Bailly was okay. I think Maguire was okay. I feel the players that need to look at themselves tonight is Fred, Rashford,
Yo.
Cavani, and Mason. I'll say our attacking
Yeah,
unit need to look at themselves tonight. And I think it's partly down to the forwards are struggling because there's no creativity in the midfield. That's clear. But also their individual. Rashford's getting a ball. He can't control a ball. It's rolling under his foot. That is not the manager. He's got to look at himself. I don't need motivation to be able to trap a football, and neither should Marcus Rashford.
Sean, do you know what I don't get though? Yeah. Every time we've had a conversation about Rashford, I've told you this, and you've said no, but he's a very good player. I've said this for 8. This is what I don't get. Yeah, a lot of people are Ollie in. Yeah. No. A lot of people that are Ollie in, are very staunch Ollie in, will say, yeah, Bruno and Rashford, they just weren't good. They didn't have an overall good game. But I've been saying this for months. I've been saying it for months that people like Bruno and Rashford, over a 90-minute period, they're crap. It's why Rashford and Bruno will never be in debate of the best players, in my opinion, because over 90 minutes, they're not good. They come up in moments. And the thing is, I understand that you're saying that that they need to take more responsibility. I understand that you're saying they need to make them accountability. But give me this example. When I used to go gym, so when I go gym outside, when I go do my pull-ups out there, if maybe I haven't recovered properly from the day before, I've had 6 hours sleep instead of 8 hours, I will still be able to do more pull-ups than someone that's had brilliant recovery for the full week, that has had half the experience that I had, because I've got that basis of how to do a pull-up and that basis of muscle memory. It doesn't matter how high my confidence is or whether I'm tired or not, I'm still going to be able to do more than a person that hasn't got that. And this is what I'm saying with Ollie. It doesn't matter how much the confidence goes down. If you have a basis of experience and a basis of fundamentals, you will still maintain a consistent level. You can drop and waver. You might go out of the Champions League. You might not win City, but you will at least have a consistent basis of we will beat everyone below this margin. But we don't.
Football doesn't work like that.
We're up here, but it does work like that because you have maybe the occasional loss. City, like for example, Leicester, I don't know, Liverpool may have the occasional loss, like when they're good, to maybe someone like West Brom or something. But the general consensus is anyone that's not in the top 8, they will beat consistently. They will beat. But we haven't done that for more than 3 months at a time at all since Ollie's been there.
Not since Ollie's been there.
Players.
So we're not on that level yet. We're not on that level yet.
Right. If Ollie, I respect Ollie. I love what he's done and so forth. This is not just about Ollie. Don't ever get my words twisted. It's not about just Ollie. It's about the whole club, the system, the board, Ollie, signings. It's everything. It's not just about Ollie. But I'm talking about Ollie and the coaching system as a whole, right? Something's wrong at the moment. And I don't know if this is just a flash in the pan or they say the dressing room's gone. I don't know if we're getting to a point when the dressing room's gone. I don't know because I'm seeing this sort of pattern too many times now. And I don't know how people in the comments feel, but we've seen this type of game how many times? How many times have we gone on Twitter, right, when the game starts and we're like, oh, great start. Oh, now it's rubbish. Or we go the other way. We go, oh, it's rubbish. They're all over us. Oh, this is going to be a long match. How many? I knew for a fact when this game kicked off, it weren't going to be just an easy run in the game, right? But we've had games when we're controlling the ball we're controlling them like 15 for 78 minutes. It's as this thing run its course now in terms of the feeling and the vibes and so forth and the good times and the toxic is out and players are playing in the right positions that they love. Is that run out yet? Is it run out? And now we're seeing players just playing for themselves because I'm not sure who mentioned it earlier today. It feels like everybody's playing for themselves at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think it was you, Hez. Everybody's just trying to do a step over and score. Everybody's doing this. Someone's trying to... I saw one time, Bruno, right? Talking about the actual specific game today, lads. Bruno was running. And Rashford was doing an overlap. Pass the ball to Rashford. No, Bruno tries to turn over and switch it just to the far point when there was loads more people there. He loses the ball. I'm thinking to myself, it's fine. He's just trying to do something different. I've seen this so many times when we don't play the simple balls. Pass the move, simple balls. I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't know who we can talk to just to say, this ain't working. This ain't working because we're going to go to Man City, we're going to go to Leicester, and we're not going there confident. And it's not just based on form and players being out. It's based on how we are drilled as a football team. It's how we're drilled as a football team, which makes us inconsistent. Because where the consistency comes is how you're drilled. It's what you're doing in training. I've seen so many people on Twitter going, what are we doing in training? Where's the movements? Because what happens is, you've played, most of you probably all play football, right? You played football before when you go up against a team that maybe, I don't know, you're playing in like under 9s and you're playing under 13s. You play the under 13s and they pass the ball around you, rings around you. You can't get it. You just can't get the ball. Where's that drilling that I can't see that drill in Manchester United? I just can't see it.
No.
And it's so evident when we come up against these sort of teams where really we should be beating them based on the players we have. They haven't got Sahar, right? They haven't got Sahar. They haven't really been winning any games. They're 13 in the league. This is the sort of teams that we should be beating for a fact. But we can't do the basics. And that's
what Carl Lewis said.
Say again?
Like he just said the fact that Bruno and Rashford are way too overplayed. I think that's the point.
Yeah,
you remember versus Sociedad? We're like, why the hell is he starting these players? Why? This is why is Fernandes starting? Why is Fernandes starting? And this is what I mean. Like, you know me, guys. Like, I love Ole for what he's done, but I think the guy doesn't have a backbone because he's alluded to it before. If Fernandes doesn't said that he wants to play and I say no, he gets angry. He doesn't have a backbone. Stop playing Fernandes. Stop being on Rashford. Stop. Just stop. Play the youth. But do you know why? Do you know why he's too scared? Because he knows if he will, because they're not coached, the performance level will go like that. Because it always does. So, like, I can't even get on to him. Because, for example, Sean, if you're saying that it's on the players, how about why the hell Ole keeps on playing them? Maybe if Ole didn't keep on playing them and maybe rested people, we wouldn't have these stupidly lackluster performances. Because we've got to think of these things.
No, I do agree with that.
It's true.
It's true. Agree with that.
Maybe if Ole didn't, what if Ole actually thought instead, okay, you know what, I'll play Mata in the 10 because I'm a good coach and I know what my team's doing. I'll play Twanzebe at centre back.
I would love to see
Mata. So I'll play Twanzebe at centre back. I'll play Greenwood up front. Then maybe we wouldn't have this stupid fatigue. All it looks like to me is his refusal to rotate is catching up with him when there's no excuse.
No, Aiden. So I do hear what you're saying in terms of Bruno and Rashford play ridiculous amount of games, especially Bruno. Like that Sociedad game, the second leg, I appreciate. I was shocked to see him starting, but we cannot flip that on its head and say that Ollie doesn't rotate the team because compared to the other managers, he rotates the team so much more than the likes of Jurgen Klopp, for example. No. Well, you have to. Everything has to have context. So if you're talking about rotation, you only have to look at what are other managers doing in terms of rotation.
Look at Pep.
And Ollie rotates.
He switches 6 players every match.
Ollie rotates the team, and Ollie does bring in new players. He plays a new because people get on him for rotating the team so much. It was like, why do we have to play McFred all the time, and then we play Pogba and Matic in other games? So we can't. Well, I think it's tactical, and I also think it's rotation. And he always says it. We need to keep freshness in the players' legs. We need to keep the balanced squad. This is an exceptional season, Aiden. We're playing every 2 or 3 days, right? So it's not, and that's why he has rotated so much. So what I'm saying is, I will look at that and be like, well, hang on a minute. With Ollie has done rotation, and also where we're at now in the season, where it's a long season, fatigue is obviously catching up on them. And I feel as though I don't feel he could have rotated much more because at the same time, there's pressure to get results. And yes, I feel like in that Sociedad game, Bruno didn't need to start, but I've listened to the Ollie's rationale behind it. And he's saying that giving him 45 minutes is actually better than giving him no minutes at all, and because it keeps him fresh.
No, but you can use Bruno one example. Okay, Sociedad, that's a good example. Well done. But you've got Wan-Bissaka that constantly starts. You've got Lindelof that constantly starts.
All right, let me address all of the. You've named individual players. I'm going to address that because I have to, Aiden. Because you can't say criticize him for playing Wan-Bissaka when then the only alternative is to play Brandon Williams. Because if he plays Brandon Williams, you're going to be like, why is Williams playing? He's rubbish. He's crap. Get him out of the club. So you can't do that. You can't do it, man.
Sean, the reason why is he starting these players? What you're saying is, that if he starts different players, the quality will drop off. I'm so fed up of hearing people say if Ole starts Williams, the quality will get disintegrated.
Do you rate Williams, Aiden? Do you think Williams is a good defender?
No, Sean.
No, just tell me.
Sean,
let him finish.
It does not. No, I'm getting frustrated. It does not need the quality does not need to go from here to here when we fix one player. McFred is not that crap if you're playing in the Europa League. Pogba's a different thing. But the quality goes from here to here. Why?
You know what it is, right? You know what it is? I'm thinking to myself, with the system that we kind of have, why does it? I understand what Aidan's saying about the drop off, and I understand what you're saying about we need the different players and so forth. But one thing I don't get is that when you've got a system like a way of playing, the way of playing that what we're doing is it's just not sustainable and consistent, and it shows when we play teams like Crystal Palace. And when you're talking about rotation, really, I don't think Ollie rotates as much as he can because he doesn't believe in the players and the way that he's drilled the players that they can just play the same sort of football without as much skill as his first team players. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying.
He's got his first team players like Bruno's and the Pogbas and so forth, right? He's happy playing them week in, week out. But if he starts rotating, because the system, he got one, but it's not like a really good system that enables people to thrive, whoever's playing, he thinks to himself, I can't rotate and put Ahmad in or Donny van der Beek because the drop-off will be too massive because of the way I'm teaching and drilling these players to play, it's not based on, pass and move, this and that. It's based on more being direct and letting people show themselves and prove how good they are.
Their ability.
Do you know what I mean? So that's how Alex Ferguson did it. He said, guys, go out and show me the class you got. If Ollie's doing the same thing, he goes, all right, go out, guys, and show me the class you got. But he knows the class is not as good as his first team. He's not going to rotate. But my problem, the issue I have with that is that maybe the way I like football, the way I was brought up watching football, it's probably a little bit like Liverpool. They played Curtis Jones loads, right? And he just kind of slotted into their system when Jota was playing firing. Curtis Jones was unreal. How many players can we slot into our team and they can just start firing like that? But I think the reason of that is because they've got a system of way of playing football that anybody who just gets slotted in, they just start swimming the same way, they start running the same way, and they've got a way of playing. That
is not true, man.
Go out there, get out the wings, do this. Do you know what I mean?
It's predictive. It's predictive rotation. Like, you know, when he plays a certain team, he's going to play McFred. You know, when he plays another team, he's going to play Pogba if he can. And especially for me, the Lindelof and Maguire, I don't get, because when he plays a certain team, he plays them when it should be Bailly, and he plays another team, it should be Maguire and Lindelof. Like
tonight, where he played Bailly because he's saving Lindelof from Man City.
It's predictive.
It should be the other way around.
Exactly. It should be the other way around.
And everyone,
it's very predictive. So teams know.
And that's how I can always near enough predict Ollie's teams. So I'm sure the other coaches can.
But, mate, we can say right now. On Sunday will be De Gea because he's. I'm hoping all his family's fine. It'll be De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw. If he's obviously, I hope he's not injured or anything. Man of the match, Luke Shaw. Big up. It'll be Scott McTominay and Fred. It'll be Bruno in the middle, Dan James on the right, Rashford on the left, and Cavani up front. That's what.
I want him to go to a back three. You know, I want him to try something different.
I'm telling you.
Let's not go back to that. Let's not go back to last season. Come on, guys.
I'm telling you. Our actual players are actually more suited for a back three than a back four. They are, because if you look at our players, Maguire firstly played England in the back three. Bailly at Villarreal played in the back three. Lindelof at Benfica played in the back three. Telles is a wing back. Matic isn't good enough at the moment in terms of his mobility to hold a midfield when he hasn't got wing back supporting him. Pogba and Fernandes are also good in holes. Rashford and Martial only brilliant when they're next to each other as a split striker. So actually, our team is designed for a back three. People say, it's defensive. It's not defensive. Conte's at the top of the league with it. It's only defensive if you make it defensive. He's playing Perisic left wing back. It's only defensive if you make it.
Look at Callum Hudson-Odoi. He was going forward to the most on the field.
Ollie literally can't win. He literally can't win because when he was playing like that, people were complaining about it.
No.
People are like, I don't want to see that.
He wasn't. No. But he was not playing like that. He was
playing with a back five.
No, but he was not playing with the same of wing backs, and he was not playing. He was playing McFred at DM. That's very different. For example, Inter, they play Brozovic, and then they play Barella and Vidal. That's completely different to playing McFred, and it's also very different to playing Shaw left.
Okay, PSG away. PSG away.
That's McFred.
Look what Kyle said.
Who else was playing in? Yeah, I saw that. But who else was playing in PSG away? PSG away.
It was Telles, but the back, but there's one wing back. But I'm saying the two DMs were both McFred. He's playing a defensive five at the back. If you watch the formation, it's always five in a row. It's like Wolves is. It's different to when you're playing a five at the back. Like when I watched the Milan derby a few weeks back, Perisic was half the time providing crosses. He was running in. If you actually watch the game, all he was doing is crossing from the left side. He was playing at left wing back though. But if you watched us, Tellez was next to the byline the whole game. So the five at the back it depends on the way
How you play it. Yeah, you can play it differently for sure.
When I played it, he didn't play it well, but our players actually suit a back five.
You know what, right? If we look at the whole game, like the game was terrible. Like I saw Luke Shaw put on a plate for Bruno, he miskicked it. Cavani, he put on a plate for Cavani, he scuffed it, he couldn't get his shot off, and he put on a plate for Rashford. Rashford unlucky to get that.
Dan James, he put one on for Dan James.
Dan James as well. Luke Shaw put on a plate. So it's not only the whole way of the attitude. The players aren't on form too, but I think that's related to the attitude that they're sulking. They're like, oh, we're so far from Man City. Oh, people behind us. Oh, This is not good. And I don't know how it's going to get better. I really don't. I'm nervous about Man City. We got the preview to that game on Friday night. Join us live for that. And then obviously on Sunday after the game, we'll be live as well. Hopefully talking about a 4-0 win, Manchester United. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But guys, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. You've been epic in the comments. Thank you for helping us with some therapy of Manchester United and help us get through it. It's been a tough one, but we just got to move on and just don't listen to any comments that the players say on Twitter. Like, yeah, we should got to move on. We got to move on to the next one. The heart's there. We believe in it. Whatever. Do it on the pitch. Do it on the stinking pitch. Sean, as always, mate, thanks so much for coming. Follow him on Growth Football on Twitter. You got Aiden UTD Aiden on Twitter as well, just below his picture. And you've got Hez as well, my man. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Have great evenings. And yeah, we'll see you back on Friday here. Peace out, guys. Bye.